guys, welcome to the first Assemble This video. I have decided to rename my video series to make it a little more me and a little more creative of a title. So I'm calling all of my videos Assemble This, and that will cover either my card videos or a tutorial of any kind. So it's kind of funky, kind of sassy, a little bit of an attitude, and it'll be fun. So for our first video, we're going to be making a standard size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and using some craft cardstock by Basil for our card base. The Ibbity stamp set I'm going to be using today is called Moonbeam and Heartstrings, and I'm going to be using these stars and the moon stamp, and then also the Shoot for the Moon sentiment stamp. So the first thing I am going to want to do is I have a piece of pattern paper by Echo Park. I believe this is the Walk in the Park series. And what I want to do is do a little cutout here. So I'm going to grab my Coloozle, which is an older cutting system that's I don't even know if you can still get these. I hope you can, because this is one of my favorite cutting systems, but I think they're kind of phasing them out. So I have my oval marked. I know I want to cut this one around here, so I'm just positioning it. So now that that's cut out, set that aside, and with the Coloozle you just have to kind of trim out the last piece here. Okay. So now I have an oval cut out from this pattern piece of paper, and I want to do a stamped image on the inside here, so I'm going to do a little, where's my pencil? I'm just going to mark where this oval is, or where the oval will be when I attach it to my paper. So next, I'm going to do a little bit of embossing. I have a new tool. I saw, I think it was Jennifer McGuire using this, so I'm going to give it a shot. It's a powder tool, and I believe it's by EK Success. We're going to try that today with my embossing. Grab my big stamp here, and I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig too. Now you might be wondering why I'm using white ink instead of Versamark. I just like, this happens to be Joann's brand that they had from a long time ago. It's just a good white ink, and it actually works well with the white embossing powder. I just like having both to get a real nice bold white image. So here I'm just going to use my Stamp-A-Majig and line up the image so I know that it will be within that oval that I sketched out. I'm going to get my embossing powder out real quick here. And we'll see how that powder worked. Well, it worked well where I put it. Put it that way. Oh, actually there it all came off. Actually, it worked really well. I like that. So I'm just going to set that aside, and then I'm going to work on the sentiment that's going to be on the card. So I'm using the Shoot for the Moon saying, and I have some color box pigment ink and Peacock. I'm just going to ink that guy up really well. And I have a scrap piece of white cardstock. Put that right there. Then I have a punch by EK Success. It's a fancy label punch, and I'm just going to slide that in here and position it within the punch. Pop that sucker out. And then at the bottom here I want to put some ribbon. So I'm going to cut that to the length. Pull that up there so you can see what I'm doing. Wrap that around and glue it to the back here. And then I'm going to show you how I make bows. I take these two fingers and I use them. They help create the size of the bow I want, depending on how far apart I put my fingers. So I go ahead and I just wrap it around. I kind of get an idea of how big of a bow I want. I wrap it around both fingers and I come in the top here, and then I grab it and I wrap it. I always put my thumb underneath that one that I pulled from the back, and then I push it up underneath that and then pull it tight. And it creates a nice little bow. And then I just cut it off. And then I also have a button that I want to put in the center here. And I've tied some twinery lemon drop twine in the center of my... Now with this one I like to use some foam adhesive tape, just because it forms around other objects a little bit better. Now I'm just going to add some pop dots. We're just going... Okay, and that does it for today's Assemble This video. This little sweet Shoot for the Moon card. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.